The American Red Cross of Central and Western Massachusetts is holding their 19th annual Hero Celebration on Thursday. 22 News anchor Rich Tedmer introduces us to two first responders. In the early morning hours of September 21st, 2020, two Great Barrington police officers worked together to save a young man trapped in a car wrapped around a tree.
I saw a person come out of the woods, come out of the left side of the woods, and just waving his arms frantically. So right away I knew something was up. I didn't see a car at first, so I wasn't sure really what was going on. I went up to the vehicle. I could see the passenger was trapped, unconscious, not breathing well at all, kind of like a snoring breathing, like an agonal breathing. His head was tilted down. He had vomit all over him. I tilted his head back, opened the airway as best I could.
Officer Lupiani also called for backup, and Chief Paul Storti arrived minutes later, realizing he knew the two young men involved.
That's probably one of the toughest things we have to do working in a small town is when we come across a situation or have to deal with an incident that involves people that you know, especially when it's youth. Both subjects that were involved in this situation, the driver and the occupant, I had coached in soccer at the high school, on the high school level. I recognized the first person, the operator, who was out of the car immediately, and then once I got into the vehicle, I realized I knew the second person also. He was trapped in the vehicle, so the only thing I could pretty much do at that point was to try to maintain his airway as best I could.
It's hard to put words on it. It's 100% a different feeling than anything else. You know, when you have somebody's life kind of in your hands, because if I wasn't on that road, who knows what would have happened in the first place, because the driver lost his cell phone in the crash, so he wasn't even able to call for help.
But the officers were able to call for help from the town fire department, the Southern Berkshire Ambulance Squad, and a Life Flight helicopter. A young man's life was saved that night, but Chief Storti and Officer Lupiani are humble hometown heroes who insist it was teamwork that was the difference between life and death.
I think it wasn't just Officer Lupiani coming on the scene, starting it, me showing up and helping, the quick response of the fire department and the ambulance personnel and the medics from the helicopter team. It's a group effort, and that's what we train, and that's what we strive to do, and it happened to work out really well that evening. So that's what a community is about, and that's what's exciting about this profession.
Talk about being in the right place at the right time. You can watch the 19th Annual Red Cross Hometown Hero Celebration right here on 22 News Thursday morning at 11. I'm Rich Tedmer, 22 News.